Hello, welcome to Wednesdays. I'm your host Amit Roy. Today I want to tell you how Russians use their oil as a tool of blackmail and how China and Russia is working together to sabotage world economy and supply chain. Now I want to tell you how important oil is for Russia. Russia is a massive gas station. It's a second exporter, biggest exporter of oil and energy in the world. 60% of its budget comes from the oil revenue. And Russia must keep above $60 oil price to maintain profitability, otherwise Russia will not survive. That's Russia's main interest. Now I was seeing some interesting facts. The 30% of the Russian GDP comes from oil and energy, hydrocarbon. It's traced from Baltic to Siberia. And 3/4 of the gas export to Europe, it does. Europe's 35% gas and 25% of the oil, 1/5 of the Europe's energy needs are fulfilled by Russia, and 1/3 of the budget of the Russian economy is fulfilled by European cash. The importance of oil is enormous. In Russia, USSR time, you see oil was playing an important role. And in 70s, you have seen how Russians used terrorism all over the world. When oil prices were up and when oil prices diminished, Russia got collapsed. Now, all these Russian pipelines, Russia is a sort of, no access to the warm water. That's why they invaded Afghanistan. And now China, with their best friend, using Pakistan to come to the Gwadar port. That was also a Russian plan. Comintern kind of, common interest. Indian strategist, J.D. Bakshi. I'm surprised he was praising Russians as if he was a Russian general. That chap never fought any major war, excepting one or two terrorist actions. And he's talking about war and strategies. What the hell he knows about strategies? And stupid Indian journals in TV blabber and support Russians. I'm surprised. And these are paid by Indian taxpayers to show their stupidity day by day, every day. Without understanding how risky rubbing shoulder with Russians and China combined. Now Russians were making a gas line from Western Siberia and this western part of Russia to Europe. Main target was Germany. And then these gas pipelines were after Soviet Union, and most were going through Ukraine. And after the Soviet Union collapsed, Ukraine started demanding transit fee. And Russia got displeased. And later, if you see the attack on Ukraine, Crimea, Georgia, they were attacked because the reason behind this was all oil strategy. You see, eastern part, the Russians are attacking so much, and the Black Sea areas, they have a huge amount of gas. Second after Russia and maybe near Norway, as big as holding as Norway. So Russians are not only trying to export their Soviet kind of mentality, but oil was also very important in the strategy and game plan. Here, Russians, companies like Rosneft, Gazprom, they are very interconnected with Putin. And Putin and their ex-KGB members. They're all ex-KGB members. And they run Russia like their five dog. And now you see, Azerbaijan has made a difference, little bit. They have made a gas line via Turkey, near Turkey. And look, Everywhere Russia is doing that. If there Russia coming back to Syria, that is also for a port. Now they were in Snake Island, they were kicked out. That is also controlling the Black Sea. Now Russia's interest is always movement of the oil. And eastern part they are trying to hold. Now Ukrainians are pushing them back and might be kicking them out. Russia lacks manpower. Russia lacks technology. All lies, all bullshits and lies. Indians are trusting them. Now, Russia stopped oil supply, gas supply to Germany, telling that they need repair work, but the Germans don't believe that anymore. Now, China in the same time and Russia, they are working together and they have got Iran now. Now the triangle is coming. Now, China's main interest is, buy cheap oil because China is sinking. Now, China, a lot of rewards are coming out every day from China. Chinese housing industry, banks have collapsed. People are taking money out of China. Now, look, after the sanction in Russia, so China and Russia both wanted a mayhem and sabotage world economy, stop supply chain. Thus they attacked Russia and create an energy crisis in Europe, a recession, etc. But here comes the Russia-China dual game plan. Now, China, you see, and also I want to mention one more thing, how Russians are controlling their oil. Uzbekistan has oil, gas, lot of gas, and it's a country as big as India. But that gas pipeline going to west is going to Russian port. Checkpoint is controlled by Russia. So, and so Uzbeks has another plan to sell unattractive destination, that is China. China's game plan is very divisive and very dangerous. Russians are traditionally stupid people in terms of business. So they have no understanding of modern capitalism. Even today. They have some sort of crony capitalism, etc. But China's plan is very dangerous. Now, after the sanction, as Western companies are pulled out from Russia, China is pushing their products. But I don't know how European-centric Russians would like, consumers will like Chinese cars, Chinese products, because Chinese products, we all know, are very bad, very useless. People want you buy that, second time you will not buy. Besides, they don't have technology. They don't have technology. All they have to spying, etc., etc., etc. But in reality, they have no consumer technology. So these things has to be understood to understand why Russians are prevailing in eastern Ukraine and how they are using now Iran to open another front. Here must people understand, China and Russia is trying to create a supply chain disruption, supporting world economy and create a world recession. That's their game plan. Why Ukraine they are doing that? And if they control, that's the secondary. It looks primary right now, but in reality it is a secondary. Ukraine, already you have seen attacking Ukraine, they have created world food shortage. These are the game plans. They know they are collapsing. Communism and this totalitarianism. So they want to destroy modern democracy, etc. Free world, etc. And now there is a sleepy guy in Washington. You kick him back, you will not react. So that is also an advantage there too. And China is also playing this kind of thing, but China is exposed in Sri Lanka and other places. Now Pakistan will fall with the debt traps. So these are the things, lies and lies, counter lies and lies will not prevail. Russians will be defeated in Ukraine. Now I am seeing Boris Johnson gone, they are bringing Indian face, maybe to make some sort of understanding with the Russians, I don't know. Anyway, this is my submission for you. Please subscribe me. I need your subscription and like me. Thank you for patient hearing. Best wishes.